Imagine this. You're so rich that your generosity destroys the economy of an entire region. Yes, you heard that right. That's exactly what Mansa Musa, the wealthiest man in history, did. But wait, who was this mysterious king? And how did he build an empire so vast and legendary that historians are still talking about him today? Mansa Musa wasn't just a ruler. He was a king in his own class. The Emperor of Mali, a West African empire so wealthy, it controlled nearly half of the world's gold production during his reign. Half of the world's gold. But his story, it's about so much more than just money. It's a tale of ambition, faith, and a legacy that echoes through time. Let's go back to the early 1300s. Picture this. Musa wasn't born into power. Oh no, he became emperor almost by chance. Legend has it that his predecessor, a king with big dreams, set out to explore the Atlantic Ocean and never came back. And just like that, Musa found himself in charge of Mali, a kingdom so vast, so wealthy, it was practically dripping in gold, salt, and control of key trade routes that connected Africa to Europe, the Middle East, and beyond. But Mansa Musa didn't just sit back and enjoy the riches he inherited. No, he built on them. Under his leadership, Mali became the beating heart of trade in Africa, a superhighway of commerce and culture. Now here's where things get really wild. In 1324, Mansa Musa did something no one could ignore. He embarked on a pilgrimage to Mecca. But this wasn't just any pilgrimage. It was a spectacle. Imagine this, 60,000 people, yes, 60,000, traveling with him across the scorching desert. Hundreds of camels, each carrying gold, gold, and more gold. And along the way, Mansa Musa didn't just pass through quietly. Oh no, he handed out so much gold that he caused a financial crisis. Cairo's economy was thrown into chaos, and the ripple effects lasted for more than a decade. Let that sink in for a second. Imagine being so rich that your generosity breaks entire economies. That's the level of wealth we're talking about here. But listen closely. His pilgrimage wasn't just about showing off. It was a declaration, a statement of faith, power, and connection. He was telling the world, this is the might of Mali. When Mansa Musa returned home, he didn't just rest on his golden throne. Oh no, he transformed his empire. He invested in his people, his culture, and his faith. He poured his wealth into building mosques, palaces, entire cities. Timbuktu became a shining beacon of learning and culture. And get this, the University of Sankore in Timbuktu drew scholars from all over the world. Mali wasn't just rich in gold, it became an intellectual powerhouse. But here's the twist. Despite all of this, Mansa Musa's story is barely mentioned in mainstream history books. Why? Some say it's because Africa's history was overshadowed by colonial narratives. Others, they believe it's because the world couldn't fathom that the richest man in history wasn't a European tycoon, but an African king. Musa's story isn't just about wealth. It's about vision. It's about culture. It's about resilience. It's a reminder that Africa has always been a land of innovation, influence, and power. And today, Mansa Musa's story inspires a new generation. It's a testament to the richness of African heritage and the unlimited potential for greatness. So let me ask you this. What if we learned more about the hidden stories of the world? What if we celebrated the incredible achievements of civilizations beyond the West? The next time someone asks, who was the richest person in history? Tell them this. It wasn't a modern billionaire. It wasn't a European monarch. It was Mansa Musa, An African emperor who didn't just rule an empire, he built a legacy that still inspires us today. Africa's past, it's not just history. It's a treasure waiting to be rediscovered.